This is a story about connection. Meet Jake. He's a normal high school junior, except for one thing. He has 5,000 followers on Instagram. Every time he opens the app, he sees stories of parties he isn't invited to, group hangs he didn't know about. One day, while walking home from school, Jake sees a group of kids gathered around a phone, their faces illuminated by its screen. When he gets home, he opens Instagram to the usual barrage of party pics and videos. Why does nobody get me? He thinks. Thumb hovering over another hollow like. Jake nods, thinking about how no one has ever described his 5,000 Instagram followers as an invisible thread. Then one Friday night, a brutal storm is raging outside. The power cuts out, and with it, no more Netflix, no more YouTube, no more Instagram. Just the sound of rain pounding his window. Then, a knock at the door. It's old Mr. Thompson from next door, with 2 mugs of hot chocolate. But something about the way the old man's eyes crinkle at the corners makes Jake open the door. Then they sit down on table, and over that hot chocolate, Mr. T, as Jake starts calling him, shares stories from before smartphones. About handwritten letters, about friends who just dropped by. Figured you could use some real human company, he says. Jake almost says, no. What's the point of talking when you could binge watch an entire series in the time it takes to sip hot chocolate? Real connection, he says, is like invisible threads. You don't see them, but they'll hold you up when life gets heavy, he silently said while leaving. The next Monday, Jake does something radical. He sits with the quiet kid from chemistry class. He texts his old Little League buddy. He cracks a joke, albeit a corny one. To his bus driver, small steps, no fanfare. But slowly, something shifts. It starves for eye contact, for inside jokes that don't translate online, for hands that steady you when life shakes. Instead, he walks past them, a smile tugging at his lips. The following weeks are filled with awkward first meetings and rekindled friendships. On his 17th birthday, Jake braces for the usual flood of generic Instagram stories tagging him. Instead, his doorbell keeps ringing. There's Mr. T, with a homemade pie. There's Sarah from ChemLab, with terrible cupcakes, but she made them herself. They're laughing at a video, a silly skit he knows he should be making with his friends. No filters, no hashtags, just real laughter, real mess, real joy. For the first time, he doesn't feel left out. In fact, he feels a strange sense of calm. That's when Jake gets it. His soul doesn't hunger for likes, the stuff no algorithm can measure. So, it's the thought that counts. Even his usually grumpy track coach shows up, surprising Jake with a hand-drawn card. No one posts about it. But now he also has something the algorithm can't touch. Real friends. And that, dear fellow scholars, is why Jake still posts occasionally. He still has 5,000 followers on Instagram.